Hello, this is Coy and welcome to the Eclectic Cottage. And thanks for joining me today in the art room where I am supposed to be working on this third apothecary journal. Yesterday was my first day back after the 100-day project, and I just did a flip through of the two of the three Apothecary's Garden journals. This one wasn't completed, so I did not take it with me to the art walk. If some of you know, my son has a tattoo shop and art gallery, and every month we do an outdoor event. It's an art walk, and we have vendors from all over our area, artists with all different kinds of fun things to share. And this was our art walk weekend. So 2 of them were ready, 1 of them is not. So what I'm supposed to be doing today is completing this journal. And the only thing that really has to be done is I need to back my tags and journal cards. Okay, but I don't want to do that. I'm kind of playing hooky. And what I've been working on, I saw a video by Luise Heinzl, I don't know, a couple days ago. And she was creating ephemera, collage fodder, whatever you want to call it, things for her journal that's, the journal that is keeping record of her move. I think she's moving. And she was stamping with found objects from her construction site. And that is not what I'm going to be doing today because I don't have a construction site and I don't have the same kind of materials as her. But she was just playing with, with stamping with objects, doing a little mark making. And I liked what she was doing. It made me want to, it inspired me. So this video is totally inspired by Luise. I don't know that what I'm going to create is going to come out anything like what she was producing in her video, which I happen to like very much. So I will, I'll link that. I'll try and link that below. I remember how to do that. And if you haven't already, you can go over and take a look at what she's doing. Anyway, because I don't have a construction site and I do have a bag of tricks, this is a bag full of mark making materials that I have collected over the years. Actually, maybe want to use one of these. These are from glue sticks, the little container, and maybe I will use one of those in the process, like this one. I think the one that I kept. Anyway, I'm rambling. So what I've already done is I have selected a few tools out of the bag of many and put them over here in a basket. So I'm just going to toss that one in here also. And this is what I ended up with. So this I just now put in there. I don't know that we're going to be doing exactly what she was doing, but I did like it. And I might like to try something similar, at least to get started with. And there's all these different things, all these different things that I might, yeah, see, this is the one I kept out, and it does not have the circles like that. They're just flat. So I would prefer this one. Okay. All right, so this is a piece of book spine glue from the spine of a book. I'm going to keep my tweezers out there. All right, so just an assortment of different things that could be used. I think I want to use this because I have already tried it a little bit and was not completely thrilled with my results, but that's okay. I'm going to try it one more time now that I have some pages ready to use. So these are just random. Mark making tools. You know, things that you could collect from around your own house. And let's see what happens here. Okay. I want that, I want that, I want that. I'm keeping that out. Huh. What is that straw? Where's the middle? Here it is. I want that. Probably don't need that. Or that. Or that. This is one of my favorite mark making tools. I am a mixed media artist from way back, so that's why I have this handy bag of tricks already waiting for me. And this is, I have no idea what it was originally for, probably something with flower arranging. I don't know, but I use it to make marks. Just run my ink or my paint in it and run it across, and it does fun things, but I don't know if that's exactly what we need for this project. Maybe. Who knows? All right, so let's keep some of these things out. All right, and what I'm using, she used in her video. Again, I'm not trying to make a complete replica of what she did. As a matter of fact, it's been a couple days, so I'm not even sure I remember exactly what it was. But I do recall that she was either using sketchbook paper, some heavy sketchbook or mixed media paper, or maybe it was watercolor paper, but it was a thicker paper. So instead of using just regular copy paper, I'm going to use these index cards. I guess they're 4x6. Yeah, 4x6. 4x6 index cards. And I have a lifetime supply of these. I don't know if there's 1,000 or 5,000. There's a ton of them. And what I'll do is, because I'm not a fan of bright white, I prefer like a creamier color like this, I have pulled out antique parchment. Just acrylic, apple barrel acrylic paint. And I am just going to paint away. Now, before I turned the camera on, I did paint, this is two cards. I did paint 4 others, so they're dry. And while this one's drying, we will work with those cards. I don't like to use, if I was by myself and not on a video, I would just use a blow dryer and dry this in no time. But I always have a blow dryer plugged in next to my chair, next to my desk. It's, you know, if you're a person that uses paints, whether it's, it doesn't matter if it's watercolors, oils. Well, I don't use oils. I think they take longer to dry. But acrylic paints and most anything, it all dries faster with a blow dryer or a heat gun. And I just have the same old blow dryer I used from the very, I don't know. It's one I used to use when I traveled with work. One of those little travel portable ones. And it just keeps on going and going. Decades later. All right, I'll set that over there to dry, and we'll pull out the ones that we already have made and dried, which are here. All right. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about the cream colored paint getting on anything because it's not a bad color. All right, I'm going to use a single card. And these are index cards, but very thin. They're not a thick card, but it is definitely thicker than paper, obviously. So, again, I have no idea. I don't know about you, but I never have a strong idea of what my project's going to come out like. And I have none of the same tools that Luise had. So I'm going to just wing it here. I'm going to get something to use for a palette. And I think I'll just use one of these cards. And I'm going to use black. Let's see. These are the only two colors. She used black and white. I'm going to use black and creamy color. And that's it. Small color palette. Okay. All right, so let me ask, how have all of you been? I did take a quick breather after the 100-day project, just to catch my breath, and, you know, it was much needed. I had a lot going on this week, not only with, you know, preparing for the, art walk, but I had a lot of, you know, the doctor appointments, follow-ups, and all those things that you have to do every 6 months or so. I had stuff like that to do. Okay, this is probably going to be nothing like hers because she didn't have, this is a kid's tool out of a, I don't know, a kid's paint set. She had more industrial type of tools that she was using. So I don't expect mine to be anything like hers. So you may want to go, you know, for your inspiration. I was inspired by it. For your own inspiration, you may want to go take a look yourself on her channel. All right, we'll start there. She did a floral thing, and then, you know, cut it out real intricately. So maybe we'll at least try something like that. And all right, you're just gonna go there. That's it. Okay, and let's see. Where's the longest one of these? Out here. All right, I'm just going to use this file folder. I think for her stems, she used some wire that she collected off, you know, some electrical wire that she collected in her new apartment in the construction site. So, again, this is not really a memory for me, unless it's just a memory of being inspired by Luise. For her, she's making a memory journal about her journey into her new place. All right, I probably should have watched her video again today, just to remember what she did. So, again, I'm not looking to copy it exactly. But I do want to try something like that. And then we have plenty of cards. We can try something else if we don't like this. Okay. All right, so that's the basic bones of our floral. Okay, so there's that. And we need something to make the shape of our flower. Where's that little thing that I did try this. I did stamp this on a piece of paper. So I'm not real sure how it's going to work. And it is nothing like what she used, obviously. Okay. This is just a brad, a decorative brad that has like a floral print kind of in the middle. All right, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't need a perfect stamp. This is just some abstract kind of flowery things. I don't want it to be that abstract. There, how about that? Okay. All right, I don't know if any of you do mixed media work. It does get messy. But if you do, and you don't have a little bag of tricks, little bag of mark making tools, you might want to, get a little basket and head around the house and try out a few things. Collect a few things that you think might make for fun mark making. All right, let's see if we can make a couple little leafy things. For her stems, she used electrical wire. All right, I'm not loving what my leaves are doing. That's okay. It's just experimentation. Okay. I'm going to cut this out in the end, so I'm not too concerned about it being perfect, because some of it might get trimmed off. might need to reload my paint here. Okay, I guess if this doesn't come out okay, I could always just delete the video. But I thought I would turn the camera on, bring you along with the process, just in case it works out. You never know when you're experimenting, you know, with things, especially if you're trying to follow someone else's video. She wasn't really, you know, she was just experimenting herself, so she had no real course of action either. If you're, you know, if you do art, if you're an artist, you know that usually you start with, you know, some kind of basic concept, maybe what kind of materials you're going to use, or what substrates you're going to use, but you never know how you're going to be inspired, you know, from one mark to the next. All right, not that cute yet, right? All right, we might only do just this one, because we're already 21 minutes into this video. And I thought maybe she didn't use any second color, she just used the black. But I'm thinking that I might be able to use this cream color, which again is Antique Parchment Apple Barrel. And I don't know, what is this, an orange juicer where you drink the juice out of the orange? I don't know what this is. Something I just picked up. I pick up when I see things at the thrift store. I don't know what they are, but they look like they might be fun to mark with. I tend to want to pick them up. So maybe this will just add a little light back into our flowers. How we doing? All right, we're not loving it yet, but I think a lot of the magic is going to come from cutting it out. What else? Yeah, how about that? We'll fill in our little, whatever these are meant to be, a little bit. Not completely, just a little. I'm afraid to overwork it because it's easy to overwork things. It's easy to just keep going and finally say, oh, what a mess I made. So I might just call this one at least done for now. Let's see if I can clean this black off. This one down here could maybe use a little lightening right here. Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't do that. But I did. Okay. All right, I'm going to call this one done for now. Let's try one more. I'm going to set it right here so I can take a look at it. Let's try to make another. One thing I don't like, if I critique myself, I don't like, if I'm cutting this out, I feel like there's a lot of a lot of stem right there. Maybe I'll have it going more into one area than spread out this far across the page. Anybody else have any critique? Be kind, but please put it down in the comments if there is something that you can see that I'm not seeing that you would want to change on the next one. Of course, I won't be able to hear you. I won't be able to see it until later, but that's okay. That's how we all learn, right? Maybe you'll think of something and I'll say, oh, I should have thought of that. Oh, this is the wet one. The wetter one. Yes, it is. It's not completely dry ones. Okay. All right, so I want to do a little better job on consolidating my stems. Let's reload our paint. I've been going to the pool, and they have like, they look like weights, but they're foam, and they're in the, you know, you can use them in the pool. And I've been using those for about an hour. Well, maybe 30 minutes for that part. Maybe I use them for 30 minutes in the water, and it's making my hands feel, from, you know, from doing the resistance in the water, it's making my hands feel a little bit carpal tunnel-y. Not only right here, which is something that's happened to me over the years, but also on top of my thumb. I think it's from holding on to those, you know, holding on to those for, you know, so long. All right. Okay. And we used this first, right? I don't dislike that. That was kind of okay. And do we need that many blooms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we'll only do 5 blooms this time. I like uneven numbers. Okay. I'll have 3 main flowers with the stem is pretty consolidated. And then 2 more. All right, that'll be 5. And then I tried to make something look like leaves and don't feel it was that successful, but maybe I'll try those again. Where's that little thing we had? Here? Okay. And we don't have to put a flower on these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, my thought was to do this. Kind of like a leaf. All right. All right, that's staying like that. I don't want to overdo that. Now let's make our stem. Okay, let me know in the comments if you're a mark maker, if you're, you know, this is something that you sometimes do. I have made a lot of paintings over the years, and I like to make a mixed media background where I'm using a lot of different mark making tools to get some depth of color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's our 5 flowers, stems. And these were supposed to be some kind of little leafy looking thing, which didn't really pan out. Let's see. Most of my mark making has always been for background. And this is more like creating a stamp or, you know, a focal point, which is a little bit new to me. It's not something that I have practiced doing, but I'm inspired. Thank you, Luise. And if any of you try this, you may want to go take a look at Luise's channel first. And if you would like to share it with the rest of us, you can come on over to our Facebook group where we like to share what we're doing with each other. And you can put a photo of your project there. Tell us a little bit what it was like with your experience, and it may end up nothing like my piece. Nothing like Luise's. It'll be your own. None of them, I can guarantee that no two are going to be the same. It's too random. It's too random. All right, so that's that. And I think we used this to color those dots in a little bit so they weren't so blank, but not all the way. Again, if you have any thoughts and ideas on what you might be trying right now, if you were me, leave your comment so that not only me, but other people can look at it and get inspired by you. I'm sure that there's plenty of you out there that have more experience than me at stamping with found objects. All right, so that's that. And where is our brad? Where did that brad thing go? Here it is. All right, we're only making 5 of these this time. Okay, 1. 2. 3. 4. Anybody follow the rules of 3s, or try to at least make sure that you're using an uneven number of things? This one really bugged me because I didn't count as we were going, and I didn't like how it was 3 and 3. Didn't like that. Okay. That's something. And then we use the orange peeler thing, the orange squeezer. All right, and we use the other paint. To lighten our blooms up a little bit. Give them a little light. Okay. I think I did a better job on the first one with this part, but that's okay. I'm not hating it. I'm liking it better than this one. What do you think? And they're both very similar. They can both be used in the same, you know, the same journal. And where's that other thing? Let's see. I think I need to lighten up a little bit where I made those really dark spots on the leaves. Yeah? That's that. Okay. Right. And let me do this also. Chi-Chi's calling me. Hopefully she'll give us a couple more minutes before she really starts calling. When she wakes up and I'm not right there, she wants me to come to her. Sometimes she comes here. Can you hear her? Okay. I don't like the way that happened completely. This one's the only one that is bugging me. So let's do that and find the orange thinger. Try to put a lighter. Okay. And we also, one more thing we did, if you recall, is we used this little pick and lightened up the center a bit. Okay. All right, what do you think? All right, let's let this one dry. Can I turn on the... You may want to lower your sound here for a second. I really want to do this just for a second. Okay, that didn't go that well. I put a big fingerprint right there, but that's okay. Because we're cutting this thing out. All right, let's let that one dry a little more. And figure out what we might want to do with the cutting. Now, I am going to leave a little bit of a border around this. All right, I think I'm just going to get the basics cut out first, and then I can get in here with more detail. I don't want to make it too spindly. I'll cut off some of the excess. I have to decide ahead of time what I want to do here. I don't want all of those weeds. Okay, Chi-Chi's calling. So let me finish cutting, and I'm going to come back for just a quick second after I go take care of Chi-Chi. Okay, and I'm back. And besides a mess that I made all over everything, this is what I ended up with. The first one, remember the first one had all of the branches and everything. We trimmed that down, and you may also notice that I trimmed off one of the flowers, and it's no longer 6, it's 5. It's an uneven number. That's the way I like it. All right, so this is the first one, and this is the second one. They're not exactly the same, but they could be used in the same layout or the same, you know, in the same journal. I'm going to actually probably put them in my June journal somewhere. Let's see if we can find a place that we like. I don't think I'm going to glue them in right this minute, but we can find a spot for them. That's actually not a bad spot. Maybe there. And does it create a memory for me? Not like it does for Luise. It's, you know, the ones that she made are intended to be a reminder, be a memory, a place to memory keep her experience at moving. And for me, they're a memory of being inspired by Luise. So maybe there, I don't know. Or how about here and here? No. Let's see. Maybe on the parchment paper. Huh. Why am I having trouble finding a spot for it? Does it make sense there? Kind of makes sense there. How about on straw paper? New. Yes. All right, I think there was the same thing in the front. So we'll put one here and one on that same paper in the front of the journal. Oh no, it can't be there. But I know we saw one with nice print. This one. Okay, here and here. All right, I think that's going to do it for me. Maybe I can take a photo of these and, you know, once I get them glued down, whether it's in the book or whether it's on, you know, its own piece of paper and tip it in. Once they're in, maybe tonight, I can then take the photo and put them over at the Eclectic Cottage Cafe. Eclectic Cottage Cafe is our Facebook group. you're welcome to come over and join. We have opportunity to share some of our work over there, and we can see what what each other, things that are on each other's desk, what we're working on. And if you try this yourself, I would appreciate seeing it. You can post your photos over there, or a very short little video. All right, I think that's going to do it for today. Inspired by Luise. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you real soon.